Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. I can't stand it. At all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Table set, now tables turn. Guys playing, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. It's Word of Mouth. It's Friday night. Not much going on. Got some updates today. We'll go through those a little bit, but it seems like we're kicking back to the new tee boxes of this year on Monday. All right, cool. It's going to cause us some issues in the Word of Mouth handicap tournament. Basically, get your games played. If you already played a course and the other person hadn't, and it kills it, sorry, you're going to have to replay it. Not much we can do about that. It's going to happen, though. So play them. I'm not going to send any more invites until after this weekend, because chances are I'm going to have to resend out almost all of the last 60 invites I've sent in or something like that. We got a couple people that are playing really fast. That's really nice. That's good. It helps out a bit, but that's fine. I was planning on this taking a long time, and that's okay. We'll let it go. Right now, but tonight, speaking of the handicap tournament, I've been looking through some of the scores and things, and holy shit, everybody seems to have problems. Everyone except the top tier guys, the 29s, are having problems with tropical and pine. Like, you'll see people shoot 26, 25, 27, and then the next thing you see is the next game on pine or tropical is 14. And that's not good. There's very few courses that a person of a 24 or better handicap should ever be shooting below 20 under. It really is. The only things that you got on your favor there is drunkenness, but I got a feeling that people aren't playing these courses drunk. They're playing them like they're playing the newest courses that we have. And you cannot play these courses. Pine and tropical are not courses that we're going to run through like we run through the old course. Or, sorry, not old courses, but the courses, let's say 2019 and newer. They're different, right? 2019 and newer, totally different animal. Yeah, that's not good. Hey, Eric, it happens, man. I lost my first match, I believe by points, but I believe I won by points, but he tied me outright. And of course, we will run into that sometimes on these courses. Handicaps not being individual per course is a little different. But with pine, I mean, what's the worst par it can set up at? 27? Then let's assume that even though you know how to play 17, you get a bogey half the time. Okay, cool. That sucks. You shouldn't be doing that, but I can understand it. So, but the rest of the holes, other than the first par 5, I don't know if it's the first one or it's the second one, but the one you got to cut around the tree up front. I want to play this a couple times on pine tonight, because I think that's the one more people are having trouble with. But tropical, guys, it's not that bad of a course, really. It's not that bad, and course par is really high. Yeah, assume you're going to miss 1 or 2 holes on it. Can it be that low? Can pine be that low? I thought it was always 27. So, but that's assuming that we're calling 2 always drivable, which it is. But I am not of the ilk that says that if you have to chip at all, that it's not drivable. If you have to chip, if you cannot put a shot, that's not drivable. I'm just sorry. I'm just smacking this ball around a couple times. Just I actually, yeah, but par can get up to 30, can't it? If I'm remembering right. Yeah. So okay, but if you notice, right, the courses that people have problems with are typically courses that are older, which were designed for cut shots, and you had to get good at cut shots to do it. It's like I would guess that people that start playing now have a hard time hitting a 3-iron to 150 yards, right? And I'm not even going to say that's just not even. I mean, top players can't do that, because some of the top players now all they have is a thumb game. It's great to do. But to dumb those courses down, it's a little harder, because you do have shots that, even in the best scenarios, you're going to have a cut shot, right? Oh, come on. And I do apologize if you guys hear my heater running in the background. It is fucking cold here this weekend. Like, it was minus 12 at one point this afternoon. And I don't know why I live here. That's okay, but 112, 18, I guess, yeah. And I think a lot of the approach is wrong for people on this. All right, so let's go. We'll start with tropical. Hopefully I got some low ones, but you know what? For the first time in my GoldenTeeTV life, or for streaming live, I'm just gonna jump into games that aren't invites right now, so we can kind of take a look at these. I would love to have this be a way we can mulligan, but let's just go like this. We'll start with tropical. And we're going to go through the bag that I'm using, which is my 3-driver bag on it. Yeah, I could just, but then I can't use my bag, and I don't have the right set of clubs. That's... Okay, so hole one. First thing you want to ask yourself, do I chush? If the answer is no, then you want to leave this shot back in the middle of the fairway. Going all the way... Oh, let me randomize tees. Okay, I picked the one that's... Okay. But if the answer is no, if you're not a chusher, leaving yourself a 40-yard chip is just as bad as having a 90-yard shot with your thumbs from with a 9-iron coming in. So if we put it so close... Now, obviously, judge your game. If you can't chush, but you're a great chipper and you think you can make a 40-yard chip more than you can make a shot with a 9-iron, okay, cool. But the premise here is, as much as this would be on with a C3, if you could hit it 158 and hit it perfect, this is on every time if you can hit a perfect C3. The problem is that you can't hit it most of the time, and most of us have gotten good at chushing. So all I'm trying to do here is put this up almost dead straight, but I want to hit the first cut and follow that path right up. If I hit it dead straight, it can hit that higher part of the rock with the 10.5. Well, that's not many people can do that. Teaching people to beat Luna is a hard thing to do. He'll lose eventually, though. I mean, he did shoot another 2 better, which is pretty impressive in its own right. Yeah, I think, Brittany, if you don't have a match right now, I'm going to hold off until the end after this weekend to send more. Because I'm going to have to resend everybody's, and I know that there's some people that get it through. I'm going to really focus and try to drive some of the other people that haven't caught up yet. But it actually benefits us. We had 2 people that were out of town that wouldn't have been able to play till Wednesday anyway. No, he did. He lost to Luna already, man. He tried. He did it. It was a valiant effort. Luna shot a 30 in Baja, though. Okay, so now for me, this is technically not going to be a very good chush, but it's distance-wise. So for me, I start by taking 20% of the club. What club gives me 20% there? 275 would give me 55 yards at 20%. That's short. 290 is pretty good. Now, the good thing is here, when you have to hit it longer with this chush, this is pretty much, it's got a pretty high elevation change. So, I really have to, the 10.5 is really the only club I'd be able to hit at this, because that might not hit, but that for certain will hit the hill. So, we're going to end up hitting this with release. Now, obviously, like I said, to me, a 57-yard chip, if I'm not chushing, is not a good thing. If this wasn't a chip, I would rather be playing the G wedge and leave it back a little bit. So figure out your spot, figure out your path on it, right? Why is multiplying by 5? Isn't multiplying by 2 easier than 5? Nice. But anyway, no, I just do it. I just take the number and multiply by 2. I take the first 2 digits of the number and multiply by 2. That gives me 20%. Let's see this. Ah, nice. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll get back to this. So now for me, I chush at 35 miles per hour, right? So it's really closer to 17 or 18%, and the lower lofted clubs slow down faster. So this would be 58 yards for 20%. I need to get this a little bit more. I'm going to roll it. I think I'm going to be short with this no matter what I do. Yeah, see? Cool. What the hell? Oh, the classic course of the week shows final. All right, now I'm guessing that this is one of the holes, right? I mean, you get to see how I'm hitting it. If it's reading out, you're hitting it too far outside of the 3 then, or you're skimming through the ball. If you're hitting 140s on your normal shots, that should not be that big of a reduction. So there's something that you're doing. No, that's fine. I get it. But hey, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, Dan. It's the same thing. All right, so I'm assuming that this hole is going to be a problem for a lot of people. First thing I want to do when I look at this shot, I want to start by seeing my total distance, right? So it's 281. Pins in the front middle. Okay, cool. Now, in order to get, that means that I'm pretty close to the front of this box. And by playing this a couple times, you'll start seeing the distances. But this means that this box is a lot closer, which tells me a couple things. One, on this setup, the high 5 wood's going to eclipse something for sure. Okay? That's absolutely going to happen. So I don't want to hit that here. When I have the shot where I got a little bit longer, like the pin's 300 away, well, then I'm going with the 5 wood high T A1. And it's part of it thinking of, how do we describe why I'd say that? Okay, one, the high 5 will hit the highest parts of the trees no matter where the tee box is. So you're hitting an A1 that you want to get it inside or outside of it, typically inside of the last high tree on the left. But the reason that the 300 is having it at 300 is a big deal on this hole is because you need that ball at the apex. It's got to be over the last group of trees, pretty much right in between the marker there, right? Because if you're too close, it's not getting a chance to get to the highest point, or if you're too long, which I don't think it ever is for that. But we'll go into the 5 wood or look at that shot when it comes up. So now we have 2 other options, right? You have the 10.5 driver. At the 10.5 driver, you always have a chance to stay under the trees and over the first set and under the tree branches up top. There's a couple things that you don't want to, right? Do is backspinning the 10.5 will always bring it into the bottom of the trees up top. With bite, we know it goes a little lower, but if you look right down the middle, there's 2 low-hanging fruits there, and it can hit those. So you got to aim away from those. The other shot you can hit is a 9.5, but this always has to have backspin on it. If you do not have backspin on it, it will not get over the low trees the whole way. I've tried it many times. It's bad. I think you can hit in high T 8.5, but there's no way to control that whatsoever. Now, if you look at this bag, I carry the 8.5, the 9.5, the 10.5. My typical woods, I dropped the 4-iron here. Yeah, the high 9.5 though, but you're trying to cut distance down then with it, and really, if you go too far inside, you will hit the lower parts of the trees then too. But a 9.5 backspins over all the time. Now on this setup alone though, we're looking at the 9.5. We're looking at the 10.5. Just dead sure right now. We're going to hit the 10.5. It's a question on what we're going to do with it. But I carry 3 drivers on this course, and this is the only course that I do this on. Because there isn't a shot on this course that requires me to have that club in between the 5 and the 9. And every time I can set up my approach shots to never need it. Whereas I can use the 8.5, the 9.5, and the 10.5, all 3 in the same round without a doubt. So this would be a good course to make a 3-driver bag on. And a lot of people do it on pine, and I disagree with pine. Got that high 6 wood, though, you're fighting with branches, right? And really on this one, to fight the wind to get it back, I'd have to cut it. With the design of the trackball, hitting a 180 to the left of B and right of 2 would be a bigger problem on this. But what I want to show you, and I wish I had mulligans here, but you cannot spin the 10.5 at all. and it basically almost never hits the top branches. The problem is when you're going at the hole, even with the cut coming in, that first bounce with no spin on it always bounces hard to the left. So you have to cut it enough that you barely miss the last bush in front of the tree. Well, shoot, we're going through this course pretty in depth today because it seems like a lot of people have the problems. So now the gap that I like to hit through is this first one right here, the big one in between the two trees. Some people like to go out left around the tree, and there are some shots that I'd like to do that on too. But we're going to hit the medium 9.5. We're going to hit bite. So now I do have to be careful of the two low-hanging branches, which I'm probably going to hit now because we're talking about it. But and then I cut it too much so that last bush is in play. If that's the shot that you hit, hey, this is never that bad of an option because that's the last thing that it can hit. So on that one, I would have needed to flatten out my cut and throw it out a little farther left. So when I say flatten it out, I mean pull it closer to the to the B. So we'll go. And of course, I'm going to miss chips and stuff right now. But we don't care about the result. We're caring about hitting the right shot from here on in. Okay, this one is the one hole that I could like to have a 4-iron on. But, I mean, I can always do this. It never matters. Like, I'm never in trouble with no 4-iron. Okay, so now this is the second hole that we get to. This is a cut shot, guys. A lot of you like to hit fulls. I do not. I like to go from here, face the trees. So now I can judge the cut that I need. Now, you guys know I play my clubs. I play a club up and hit soft on my cuts. But the basic premise here is, okay, we got no right to left wind. How much cut do I need from here to get it back to the pin? Or at least to the green so it checks up the slope. It's not that much. It's only about, 20 yards a cut? So we're going to do about a half BC, maybe a little closer to the C side. And then just throw it out. Oh, that's true, Justin. You always have to do that. You always have to think you're going to win. So, like that one there. And that's going to be a difference between newer school players and older school. But I'll tell you right now that it is so much easier once they get the hang of it to aim at a target when I'm looking at the target rather than looking 2 screens off. So, shoot, that tuck tee box, when you get it, it's a 1 in 100 that I lay up on it. But I'll do the same kind of thing, only my aim points, like the look at it is going to be inside of that, obviously, because I'm tucked. And then I'm going to pull a half BC, and I'm going to smoothie it and get it way out. Now, when I smoothie these, I can get them pretty far out. And you'll get the hang of telling it, and it all depends on which way the wind's blowing, too. Now, this one's pretty basic, obviously. We all know this. But we always want to keep this one to the far right of the fairway. It makes the approach cut coming in a lot better. Now, I put it a little bit farther left than I wanted. I hit it a 9.5, 2, kind of screwing around. But my line is still out here, right? And again, I'm not going to go from here and hit a full in. I'm going to hit from here. I'm going to play my cut that I see to get it back to the hole. And then I'm just going to hit it out right a little bit. All right, this is a pretty safe standard hole. You can drive it every now and then. Not this time. And when I was playing arrows, I was going for it about half the time maybe, but it wasn't viable really. I see Catfishing is playing it like everything lately. It's kind of impressive. He's out there a lot. But I wonder if he noticed that. That he noticed that everybody sucks at this course. In the valley of your mind. left behind. Okay. You guys may end up having a disagreement with me on this hole. My contention is that it's easier to hit from the heavy rough from 240 than it is to hit from 330 from the fairway. So you have the play that you can put it on the fairway, and you got about 330 all the way in, right? I don't like that. I go here. And I have a really good, because here's the point. I can stop a forward from heavy rough as fast, if not faster, than you can stop an 8.5 driver from 330. So now this is where it comes into play with the heavy rough. Okay, my basic math on heavy rough is this. This is talking about the 5-wood on up with clubs. When you get to the 6-wood, distances change a bit, but you're gonna have the 6-wood's distances are wrong, so don't follow the matching that I'm doing here. I go to the first club that the distance on the club that says in build a bag is slightly above the number. So here it would be the forward would be my club with no wind. Now we got 11 in the face, so I'm gonna go up to the 3, and I'm not gonna crush it. I'm just gonna smoothie this. And then I fuck it up. I go and crush it when I wanted to smoothie it. But that's good. That's awesome. I don't even remember the last time I hit a 3-wood on that hole. But I really wanted to hit that soft. Yeah, that's true, but that's one hole. Ah, get it, Luna. Good man. Okay, now this is another one. This hole's it's a cut every time. You never have a straight shot, so I'm sure that a lot of people have a problem with this hole. Now, what I like to do most of the time on this one is from this line aim. Okay, well, I know in the matches that I've played that I watch more people bounce it over that green hitting a driver in. So, and like I said, that's going to be a personal choice. But, I mean, I don't want to hear complaints when people are still pumping 18 unders on the course or 14 unders, and they're hitting it there and going wet on that shot. Now, what you got to worry about here, it's not really the tree above us at all. It's the one that's right behind the apex of this curve when we're cutting it in. Because this second set of trees are in play. So when we get a setup like this, I'm really only looking at one shot. And it's a 5-wood or a 4-wood. And I'm going to hit a smooth A1 with backspin on it. Sometimes I'll hit it with bite if the pin is in that nook in the top middle. So I'm going to move it all the way over. We got a left to right wind. Just going to full A this. Now we know that a full cut, if I hammer it to 1, it's going to carry forever. So this is just going to be a smooth shot. Stick the green, leave a putt. That setup there was as bad as it could have gotten there. With the pin at the bottom, a left to right wind, and with us tucked on the right. This is it, yeah. Now, there's a lot of setups, and we'll play this a couple times that we'll see different looks on it. Show me family. And you would be baffled if I told you this, but this is the hole that made me stop playing arrows on this course. And anybody that knows how to play arrows or has played them more than just once or twice will understand the reason why. It's really hard to do. It's a really hard shot. Okay, Justin, I got you, bud. That hole's pretty basic, though. We have a very good view of what we're trying to do. Let's math this one out. Forget about a 2-iron shot on this hole. I have yet to see a setup that somebody can stick with a 2-iron that I can't stick with a 4-wood or a 5-wood. If the pin is top left on which hole? Which hole are you talking about? okay, Joe, type in the hole numbers if you got a specific question on a hole. But we can really map this one out really quick. Okay. Forget about yardage right away. I think the only two clubs I'll ever hit on this is a 4-wood or a 5-wood. I guess there's a rarity of a 3-wood, but I've never had a tee box far enough back with stouts that I need to worry about it. So what I want to do is, when you hit a full C and straight to 2 with the 5-wood and the 4-wood, we're assuming the ball, if you go C straight to the 2, will turn you 2 turns, right? So when we look at this, we put the 4-wood on because we're right at good 4-wood distance. 2 turns is a little bit outside of the hole. It's a little bit outside to the left. Safe, though. So now I'm going to go here, and I'm going to just move it all the way right, because almost every shot that I'm going to hit on this hole is going to be all the way to the right. So now, the reason I choose the 4-wood more than the 5 is that a backspin 4-wood does not hit the underneath of that tree. But a backspin 5-wood does, unless you throw it around the outside of it. The 4-wood, I can go straight, and it will go over the second set of trees with backspin and stay under the first set. So I prefer to hit the 4-wood more on this shot a lot. All depends on the situation of the match, Justin. I have a shot for every setup, but the question is that I got to look at risk to reward. When it is tucked, I am still requiring myself to be able to pop it out to 3 and get it to read a full 3, and that's hard to do nowadays. It really is. So if I really need it, no, I don't shoot. You don't need a 2-iron. I don't have a 2-iron in any bag anymore. But that's also why the first thing I said was forget about the 2-iron shot on this hole. Yeah, the low T 1-iron, fine too, but we really don't need to worry about it. You don't really need those clubs on the course. So I think you're wasted, because if I did that, yeah, but the 2-iron shot is there. I don't think it's required here. And when we're getting into that shot, if an average player goes to try to hit the shot with the 2-iron, they're going to water it more often than not. It's not an easy shot, even if you have the 2-iron. So that's why I don't want to even talk about it. So now when we look at this, though, let's do 2 turns. 1, 2. I'm still to the left of the hole. That's good. Now, pin is on this side of the green, so I might be thinking about backspin. But with backspin, you're going to leave yourself a chip more often than not. So we're going to hit it with bite this time and maybe backspin the next. So I'm going to hit a full C, and I'm just going to pop it a little bit right. Because now, if the wind was left to right, and that the line that we were on the tee, if 2 turns lined me up at the pin and the wind was left to right, well, then I wouldn't be able to throw it out as far as that. And I mean, if I can put the ball there every time with the pin where it's at, I'm absolutely ecstatic about it. All right, just a par 3, but as easy of a par 3 as this looks, you got to judge risk to reward real well on it. Now, what I know here is that I'm going to cut this ball in, and I don't care if it goes in the water right now, but the other thing I know is that if I go in the water right next to the hole, they drop me right next to the hole. Hey, Jay, how you doing, sir? Okay, and this is the reason why I use 3 drivers. You have to figure out your distances here, right? Now, we can go back to standard math that we use with the clubs, saying that the high T 10.5 is 350, right? It doesn't necessarily ring true on this because of how far downhill it is, but we got a little wind in our face here. So I'm pretty sure that a high T 10.5 murdered is perfect. Because, and guys, this is a hole that you need to actually just keep playing it a few times to start realizing, because in general, we have no number that tells us how much higher above the hole we are. So really it's guessing, and you got to get a feel for it. I knew I had some wind in my face. Since it's that far downhill, the 10.5 goes pretty high. Even though that was only a little bit of wind in my face from the cross, I know that's gonna slow it down enough on that. Now, could I hit a medium 8.5 there? Yeah, I could have, very easily. Was it more risky? Absolutely, because if I don't hit the 180 right, or if I have a little crosscut, it's not getting there. Yeah, true. Unless I got an outwind, then I want to use a backspin. It's a little different. That hole, and that's with any hole with big elevation changes. Luckily, there's not that many here. This hole's really simple, but for me, since I have no 4-iron here, I don't have a good club between the 5 and the 9. So I either want to leave it farther to the right, if the pin, where the pin is today, if I get that left, I'm going to be leaving that right at... Oh, but see, Caesar, that's the thing here. I'm just taking my max distance, taking the feel the rest of the way on what it's going to do. So if I had a 4-iron here, I would just hit this ball. But I think a little bit. I look at where the pin is. Okay, good. Pretty much I want to leave this back some from the hole, so I'm going to just put it right down the middle. All right, in what regard are you talking? Now, I put it right where I didn't want to there because I did the math wrong, but that's okay. This is fine because I got a little outwind. I got a 5. I'm just going to throw a baby on this, throw it all the way to the 1 and hammer it. Okay, so, all right, so we're going to pause here for a second. So Thick's asking about the baby cuts with bite and backspin to adjust a heavy wind. Okay, I don't know how this is going to relate to that, but I first want to define the terminologies that we're talking about, okay? So, pulling to the A, the tip of the A or the tip of the C out to the choose club, we're going to call that a full. We'll call that a full cut, right? That's a full cut. To the tip of the A and the tip of the C, that's the max, so you want to pull it somewhere outside of that. Cool, full cut. Half cut is in between the tip of the A and the tip of the B, or the tip of the B and the tip of the C, so halfway between the B and the C. A baby cut is inside of the tips of the B, and then typically to the opposite direction of what you want the ball to go. So if I'm baby cutting it with a slice, I'm going to pull it just slightly left of the B. Those are the babies. And those are going to be the 3 basic terms that we're going to use for it. Now, fortunately here, what, high 8 straight at? Shoot, I don't know what you're talking about. You mean on this hole? See, this hole today, pretend nothing's here. Play the shot as if there's nothing here. So I'm going to go up to the 10, because really from this distance, the mountain's not in play, the tree's not in play. The only thing that's in play is the trunk of the tree. So we're going to pull a baby cut, right? And then we'll just throw it out left a little bit. But this is why we need to play this a couple times, because this course will change dramatically from game to game. Okay, there's options here. My first option and the first thing I'm going to look at is, can I high tee my driver and go straight? Because that gives you the best approach shot coming in. In this one, the answer is absolutely yes. The second shot is, okay, if the straight's got too much wind, or the trees are in my way going straight at it, because the high tee 8.5 will catch the bottom of these trees when you have them in your way, then I'm going to try to put it up top. Because really, if you guys know anything about how I play, I want to take away the elevation if I can. So putting it on the top tier here is going to be a smarter play. But there are a lot of shots where you can't really get it up there very reasonably. And then the other thing you do here is you want to put it before this ball starts going down the downslope to the bottom tier. So pretty much right where the marker is right now. And we'll hit it there right now. Anywhere on top of this hill is fine. Now, remember, when you're approaching this then, play the highest lofted club you can that you think you can get there, and backspin is your friend. Even with a 3-wood here, if I was to hit roll on this, I'd hit the face, I'd hit that mountain. And this is also why I don't like going down to the bottom, because it doesn't line you up with the hole then either, which makes this shot even harder. But with this one here, we're over. I'm just going to do this. God, my smoothies are kind of murdering right now. All right, 17. It's such a short hole. And I bet people have problems. Now, most of the time on this shot, so I stay away from the water and from the edge and get away from the right 10. I'm going to move it to the right. I'm going to pull it back, and in this scenario, I'm going to pull it back almost dead straight. I'm just going to throw it right, because then I get the curve coming in like this. That doesn't help you guys, but I get a curve going from straight, and it follows the path of like a B3. Oh, there it is. It follows a B3. So then I can get it to fight the check or the backspin to fight the right 10 or right 9 going into the water, and it will check up the hill. So we'll see it here. It backspins up the hill, no risk. Now I make a putt. Very simple. Now 18-2 is pretty simple except for one spot. And that's it. That's good. We finally got a bad look. I get scared of this shot a lot because if I'm really trying to make it, look, I'm always going to have some sort of spin on this, whether it's bite or backspin, because the down 9 is really where it's going. Now, I can't say always, because if the pin's in the middle at the bottom, I'll run it at it occasionally. But here, we got a big wind left to right. We got a very far down slope here. So my play here is to hit a cutish shot with a maybe a baby cut to the B and then throw it out to the 3 with backspin kind of thing. Oh, Jarrett, that is 100% true, and it's absolutely very dramatic. It's actually a huge amount. If you roll a ball, you will be much lower, and it's also the reason why I went away. The 9 wood is the only wood for that I use in that category, the 7, the 8, and the 9. Yeah, don't hit the fringe. Fringe is bad. But so we can play it safe, though. I'll put a little cut on it, and then I'm going to knock it out pretty far right. So now when this hits the green, it's going to check back towards the hole some. Makes that really easy. Yeah, and actually, I kind of charted them off a little bit. It's really tedious to do, and I give theoreticals, Jared, because when I do these tests and give you club distances, I'm making the game go dead straight in casual mode so we can see it, and that changes everything. When you don't hit a dead straight pullback and straight forward, straight back, or a dead straight line, you do lose height. It's not dramatic unless you're hitting a full cut. Then you'll see it be dramatic. But all right, let's go here. I'm gonna hop out of that mode, and I got a couple invites to do on it. So let's play an invite on it, and let's give fucking. Let's see if we can not give Chris Brewer more free money. Oh, Alex, no problem, bud. All right, hey, I'm here to help, man, and I'll make it more of a point to be out there to get out to see you guys. All right, so let's see if when I'm given tutelage, I can beat Brewer. The same day. It's crazy though, Alex, how good those trackballs are there. All right. So we'll talk through it. We'll talk through it when I'm hitting it. Pins in a chushable spot. I got an outwind. I'm just knocking it right up that first cut, getting it so I can get around the curve of the hill, and that's all I care about here. This is all I wanted. All right, so we're 50 yards, so technically that's 20%. I don't need them, man. When I can shush, it makes the biggest difference in the world. God, and now I can't shush. And that came off funny. All right, so when I do that, though, I don't want to be in the rough. I want to be right in the middle. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to play it so I can play it on the stream. Yeah, I didn't get in the play-in games. I lost my first match to Josh McDaniel and then was waiting for another one to start. Okay, this is a good setup for the high 5-wood now. Because we're not worried about distance. We're going to back it up. Bam. Full A. Well, Jason, we're feeling pretty good, sir. How are you doing? And then, like I said, I would love to have a 4-iron on this hole, but that's the only hole that I ever really regret not having it on this course. And it's so much more important to have the extra driver. Now we got the tucked box. So I would go from here, right? Perfect. I'm going to go with the 4. Now, how much cut do I need to make it move that way? That's really what we got to see. So I'm going to go about half, a little bit more. And then I didn't get it out to 3. But we're going to do it again. And I mean, that's a hard hole to play. Now, the second time you get teed off there, the angles are right. Because it then faces you. This is why the system in place right now is so asinine. No, not really at all, Caesar, on that one. You just have to smack an A1. And notice I didn't spinner it, because I don't want it to hang way out. Because hanging way out is where you catch those branches there. And this is why the second shot was so much easier when it re-teed me than the first one, because it faces you at the pin on any shot that's not a tee shot on a par 4. Everything else is faced at the pin. So you can tap off the tee, and then you can actually tap the ball an inch off the tee, and your second shot will be directly at the pin. So when I make my turns, it's a lot easier to figure out the cuts, and it just changes the lines on it. But that's as bad of a look as you're going to get on that hole. And you saw, if I got that out another inch, that was perfect. But like we say, though, that hole, understand, we'll take a par on it every now and then. Fine. Fucking lay up if you need to on it every now and then. One stroke doesn't kill you in a match. This is one of those courses that people don't very, very rarely will shoot clean on a match with you. And if you pretty much have a problem with that hole, well, a layup's not a bad thing. Especially in a handicap match, guys. But I tell you what I'm going to do. After this game, I will play my match. I'm going to play my match. So we'll have 3 of these in a row. I've already lost this one too. Missing the shush on one, and then watering the other one. I need 2 hole outs, so we got to get there. All right, well, I'm getting crazy. I'm gonna get greedy here, and I can't. Fucking nice thumbs, Mark. That's what I was afraid of. Why I had to muscle up on that. All right, I'm playing my way. All right, 253, not much wind in my face. 5 wood gives me 2. Nope, so we hit the 4 with back, so this should be perfect. Hey, Andrew, how buddy? And look at that, dead nuts. You cannot be that. You're not going to be that accurate with the driver coming in. It's a much harder shot when you have the driver. She's doing fine. Yep. Now this is one. I wish they pointed us at the pins on these, because now where I want to play this shot, I'm now aimed directly at the branches instead of the pin. I'm still going to do it though. So this one I'm going to pull back straight. I'm going to smoothie it out a little left. Yeah, she's doing good. Thank you for, I'm sure thank you if she was here for asking. Now, there's a problem hole coming up for me. Okay, so this is another one. 11 in our face, a little bit of cross, so it's pushing a little out. 1, 2. Okay, so we're good with the 2. This is a 3 wood. This is a 4 wood from here. We're going to bite it. Click right. I mean, that was as friendly of a look as we could have gotten there. What games are tomorrow? I didn't look at what games are playing when. But, I mean, I've got... Not against the spread. I'd take Green Bay and the Rams. What else? I gotta look. I take Kansas City. Because I'm a homeless. I kind of like the Bengals too, but it's still the Bengals. So now, this is almost identical to the last setup. So we get 350 on a level shot with the 10. Oh, Titans are going to lose outright. I don't know. Is Henry back, though? Yeah. That's exactly right, Dick. It's just see. Because we're assuming that a 4 would... Oh, he's back? Then we might change up my Titans pick, but... God, I can't trust he's perfect, but my God, he doesn't have to be perfect. He just needs 150 yards, which is like him in a bad play. No, Rams money line is a good bet. Rams -3 is a good bet. And whatever the under is in that game, right? Okay, but we know that we can land this with no elevation changes. The 10.5 high tees going 350. We got a slight wind in our face, which gets multiplied on the downslope. So we're just going to go here, and it's 343. So I'm going to put it in the middle back. 347. I'm not carrying this. Now, my line was absolutely horrible, but distance is dead perfect. Let your heart go. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. The Rams are winning the Super Bowl. I've said it. I said it. I said it before the year even started. The Rams were going to win the Super Bowl. And I honestly like this team even more now. I'm sorry, adding Von Miller and Odell. And now Cam Akers back. They're going to start rolling. We're going to see the team that should have been there the whole year. This hole is my problem hole, but not today. This is an easy look. We're going to just backspin the 5, little bit of cut. And of course I fuck it up. I got to stop talking about football while I'm trying to play the golf. But that's such an easy look. And now I was already out of this game, I felt. So I wasn't really going too hard at it. Now, this is the other setup. I can't go long on this, but I can easily put this up top. I'm going to go with the high 4 and put it up top. This is a much easier shot than being down at the bottom every time. I hate to say it. I think I'd be going Cincinnati in that game. And what's Green Bay? Green Bay's favored probably by 6 is my guess. Just without looking at spreads going into it. If the 49ers are getting 6 or more, I'd be taking them on the bet. Otherwise, Green Bay's tough. I don't think they're nearly as good as what everybody else does. Remember, Caesar, don't memorize courses. memorize particulars on it. Like if you know, learn a bounce that, oh, I know if this ball hits short here, it bounces right into the water. Those kind of things. Everything else you can do by just learning your clubs. And then we got basic shots on 17 and 18. Yeah, see, if this lined me up at the hole, this would be a shot I'd be looking at. All depends on weather, Dan. All right, so that was bad, but I mean, we saw basics. That was a shitty round I felt like I played. It was 26 really easy. I had a 28 without a doubt if I didn't blow that next one. But let me play my match right now. Let's see. I got to get it in, so let's do it. Go Bulls. There we go. Catch him. Andrew, I don't want to sound conceited. I feel like I'm going to, but I can't really go into it like that, but I am going into it like that. He's also due to get hurt, JD, so, I mean, you got both of those. All right, let's go. We're going with the third one in a row. Oh, it looks like, I bet he shot that against me, too. All right, 441, pins in the back. So if I keep this right on the line, I should have a shush coming in. I caught it right. Get it? That's right where I want it. All right, so I'm kind of with you on Mitchell running wild. Again, fuck you. Oh. Well, I've said that all year long. I mean, you got all the Packers fans talking about how great they are, but they played in our division. The NFC North was by far the worst division in football. Oh, yeah, I do. I do have Cam Akers in that keeper, and I'm so ecstatic about that. Yeah, Justin, no, I got to choose another club there. All right, so this is an interesting one. I don't like the 5-wood from under 300. I just feel like, especially with how far back that pin is, we are too close to these trees and I'm going to hit. So, I'm going with this. And honestly, holes 1 and 2 are probably my biggest nemesis on this course. I got to get past it. And I'm going to stop talking through this because I really would like to win one match in my own tournament. Oh, Christ. They did it again. Now in this match, I might even lay up. No, we're not laying up. That's too good. Fuck. Oh, we never felt like this before. Well, Aaron Rodgers should have been suspended this year. I'm still baffled by that. His whole offseason baby shit. Whatever. I lost a lot of respect for him. I'm having to see him so many times a year with 2 with my crap. With 2 against my crap team right now, and then 2 against my wife's crap team. I've learned a lot to respect the man, but I lost a lot of that this year. shit, moisture accumulating. That helps. Oh, let's get back-to-backies. We got back-to-backies coming. Okay, so the only reason I knew I could chush that there... Oh. Okay, so this is going to be weird. I would actually kill Patrick Mahomes because I'm sick and tired of hearing it from everybody how great this guy is. I personally find him... I think he's the least intelligent quarterback that... He's got the most talent that we've seen in a long time. I don't trust his football IQ at all. I'd probably have to marry Josh Allen and fuck Ryan Tannehill. I don't know, but I'd kill Mahomes, and it has nothing to do with him. He's so far overrated. It is ridiculous. And this is where I say this: if you would have flip-flopped Tom Brady with Pat Mahomes. Now, Bart Starr was. But if Jeremy Olsen, how you doing, my man? But if you would have flip-flopped Brady and Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year, if you flip-flop those two, Kansas City wins that game. I fully put that on the quarterback for not being smart enough to recognize that they were doing the same thing the entire game and never changing my game plan. Yeah, the coach is part of it too, but... a smart quarterback audibles out of whatever the coach calls when he sees the same set coming at him every fucking play. And the other part of that is too, Mahomes has been had the most talented team on the field at every down he's taken a snap on in the NFL. And you should be putting up those kind of numbers if that's the case. It scares me a bit. It does, because when he gets to bad teams, he's going to try to do way too much. So we got 235. Luckily, I got a little wind in my face, but this is a 5-wood murder. You'll very rarely find me laying off on that, because as you can see, like, if you don't lay off enough, it doesn't go far, it goes too far. Goddamn, bad look here, too. Yeah. Wait till Tyreek Hill finally gets kicked out of the NFL. I see that coming. I still would like to have a line on that. I feel like that guy might be the most ignorant fuck on the field at all time. Yeah, well, Kelsey's looked a step slow this year. I don't know if he's hiding an injury or something. I was listening to a fantasy show recently, and they were talking about consistency metrics, right? And he's like the only player that's been in the top 5 every year in his position. All right, we're playing this pretty safe. Well, Caesar, if I don't win this, you will go farther than me in this tournament. Remember that. And I get to get into my 0-2 pot. Okay, this is a straight layup. You can get this on sometimes, but this is the worst. I mean, even the trees behind me are in the middle of the water. Yeah, this is bad. Laying up on this hole is actually harder for me than going for the green half the time. Well, Jade, that one thumb shot is only used in certain scenarios. Flat greens, wind, minimal winds. That's... I've never even thought of that. I almost hit this with no high tee, but there's really no sense. Because all I could do is whiff the ball and mess that up. But I'll be inside, so now this is fine. Oh my God. I don't ever want to have a 6-wood if I can get away from it. The 6-wood cuts differently. Well, it actually, I think by testing it cuts the same way as the other ones, as the 7 and the 8, but that was like a layup. Ooh, I have no idea. I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be Rams and Chiefs, and I bet those were the 1 and 2. If not, I mean, was Tampa Bay up top still? I still didn't think that. All right, this is the shot that I will not go. I'm not going to even go up top. I'm going to just place this on the bottom. I don't want to deal with it. That straight shot will hit still, which is scary. Like, you'll hit stuff with it. And now I got to hit the 10.5, and I'm backspinning it, even though the distance is telling me I shouldn't. I won't get much backspin on it, but I will get higher. I think if I don't backspin that, I think that's really close to hitting. That was a very safe shot. That's all I was doing. Something safe. All right, we'll smooth this out. Make this putt 31. I gotta feel like I'm not going 0-2. I gotta feel that way. I'm hoping. I mean, I missed the shush on 1 by 8 inches, I think. So 8 inches from a 32. Jesus, that holds me. That holds it down. Perfect. I'm happy with that. You see, when I actually look to play the game and not talk about the game, sometimes it's a bit different. All right, we got to find some pines now. Pine's easier than tropical, but par's lower. You just have to relegate yourself to not... I don't always have to go for everything. That's the whole thing. You don't have to. But I tell you what, let me knock this one out too. It was actually a pretty good setup, though. This is the other... I think this is Paul Dennis's tournament. I have no idea where we're at right now. Hey, Big Shtick, how you doing, bud? There we go. Let's just kill these people at match play. I feel like I'm Paul Luna right now. Upon me. I knew that was... it actually would have worked. Dude, but Gino, that's not even shushing, dude. Just shame we got to part. And in case you're wondering, that is the correct spelling of chush. The way that Gino spelled it is how I want to see it. I will not respond to questions with it spelled incorrectly. Let's take it back to the start. Yeah, I saw that. That was good. But you're still going, Shtick. You're still going, right? What the hell was that? I did pull two of my bearings out today too, because I was having thumb shots that were going where my normal thumb shot speed of 80 on a ball, it was coming off at like 74. And really the only thing that can do that minor of a change from what I'm used to is me, a bearing, or copper tape. That's really it. I don't know. I really wish that people would just ignore his posts. It just doesn't... It does nobody any good to sit there and start shit. And, I mean, it feels like fucking junior high half the time, and I'm tired. I'm really tired. I don't need to care about that crap. Guys, if you ever get a chance to sit down and talk to Jason, dude, there's not a bad bone in that kid's body, and it fucking pisses me off when I have to listen to people talk shit. Fucking talk shit about him when I'm there and see what happens. All right, we'll just leave it at that. You are absolutely right, Luda. Now, it's something... No, I understand why it's not anymore, because really it was not a value. Vendors feel like they were losing money. Okay, cool. Got it. You got to cater to that. But there is no reason why we don't have it on the home edition, which would be a fantastic addition to add, because I know the code is still there for it, and it wouldn't be very hard for them to add it back in, except for the fact that it's all tribal knowledge code in there. So getting back in and digging, to a perfect example, the trophies. Okay, now we all laughed, right, at how silly that was, that they couldn't get the trophies added. Well, it's because no one really wanted to have to redo it and rewrite code for it. But the person who made the trophies the first time, and it was embedded somewhere that no one knew where it was. He actually retired suddenly during COVID. Just study quit. Rodney, how you doing? Yeah, everybody. I think everybody would. But there are certain features that people get in their head that is great. What's the trajectory on backspin versus bite? You mean how much height are we losing? It'd be something we can test real quick, and if you stick around after I play a couple of these games out, I get through Pine, we can go through and kind of get an idea and maybe chart it off a little. Love of mine. Into the dark, dim light. I'm so tired. If heaven held aside, both are satisfied. The hills on their way. Okay, bad look. Hi, Daryl. School. Moody and black. Oh, good to see you too, Thick. I'm doing well. No, 9-wood probably the high. Well, 9-wood goes higher than any other club, I'd have to say. Well, hello, Tasha. No, the highest club. God damn, let's just two better every one of these matches tonight. Let's do that. The 9-wood is the highest club in the game. And that's not. This is just a guess too, by the way. I have never really checked it in this terms. I gotta think the 9-wood's the highest club in the game, though. And that would be a backspin 9-wood. Each other soon. So I did have a conversation. Some of it got revealed this afternoon by what Kevin said. Stuff I can't talk about is release of the new course releases. Not ready for that yet. Barks. Guys, we're going to be playing on mixed tees for Worlds. So really, you're getting a good look at. You got a good look at the old ones. Remember these shots. The biggest problem is there might be some bag changes that we make. To me, the only bag that needs to be changed is on the old tees. It's okay to have the 8.5 driver. On the new tees, I prefer the 9.5 driver. That's really my only picadillos here. In my own divine. Hey, T-Rev, how you doing, bud? With the big outwind, I really don't like hitting high tees on this, but we're just going to smoothie this. All I'm trying to do is not hit that pillar and not max it out, because that max. If I was going to max something out, if I really needed to make it, I didn't realize that was Death Cab for Cutie. Change it on. It's on my Mumford & Sons station right now, so that's good. All right, so we got 2 matches out of the way. We're feeling good about ourselves right now. Let's find some pine so we can knock some sense back into us. Alex got to see. So Alex came out from Des Moines and we played at my bar last night. I unfortunately wasn't able to stay for very long, but it was dart night, and I really never knew about a dart night there, and it was fucking crowded, which is not normal for my bar. All right, if anybody wants to shoot a couple pine invites, that'd be great. I'm gonna knock this bad beat out right away. No, it's not about the release I'm talking about. The release is gonna be released a little differently this year. And look forward moving forward. But I don't want to give out anything incorrect, and I really don't want to break my trust, my circle of trust with Adam Kramer and Kevin Lindsay. So I can only give tidbits of things. But mixed tees are almost ready. The GT Go thing is almost ready too for version 2, to get version 1 up to version 2 with an update. It's really close. It's a security issue they were having with update sticks on the old ones that something like it wouldn't flash the security chips. I don't know. I don't know how that works on the internals. All right, there is no way this is getting on, but we're gonna try it anyway. Yeah. And to me, getting it all the way out to the 3 is more important than hitting the number right, but that was not getting on. Thank you, Mike. I think Mike's just waiting here for me to get done because he wants to play some Diablo tonight. But I was actually kind of sitting off of it for for ladder mode to start. So if you guys are watching on my phone on this is what I have to deal with going through. This is just my pendings. Where is this pine? There it is. Got it. And we got another tropical, but we're going to let Brewer have that. Perfect. There's only a couple holes on pine that you really need to pay attention to. It's really not a hard course. I don't know why we have such problems with it. And I think people get dejected a little bit more on that course because the par is so much lower. But a 26 is a solid round on that course a lot of time. So sometimes relegate yourself to that. You don't have to get it. But Alex got to see me play one last night where we both got one. I put 2 just off the green, and I got ran into by one of the dart players, chipped it over the green like really far, missed the chip coming back. And then the next hole, I got hit again by a dart guy and knocked it fucking dead short into the water. So I parred holes 2 and 3 when they were drivable, and then holed out 4 times to end up getting second because I ended up laying up on 18, thinking I had the game won, and somebody holed it out to beat me or stuck it. And actually, he stuck it because I remembered I didn't math it out, and I mathed it out when Alex got there, and he got on no problem. And I was like, God damn it, I'm stupid. Fuck. Yeah, they really got to make these straight at the hole. I think that's going to be such a dramatic improvement. Game speeds will go down for an average player a little bit. And for me, that's the only time I have to stop and think is when I'm offset. I'm deciding whether I'm going one way or the other. Fuck. Yeah, but Mike, I think I'm up for a little Diablo tonight. Hey, look at that, a 158. And you see where my forward swing was? Just inside of the 3. At the 3 or outside of it, I can't get it to go perfect. So that's where you need it to be to get 158s. So look at that shot meter. And when you're trying to do C3s, try to do it more like that. Notice I'm not swinging at that as hard as I can. I'm still hitting it, but my hard, if it could read, I could probably, if it was reading what my max would be, I could probably be getting up to 180s if it was there, but it's not. So you don't need to hit the ball that hard. It's amazing, though, that the extra 2 miles per hour I'm getting on all my swings with my thumb shots. My power shots were always going to be maxed out. Whether I could probably have bearings that don't move and still be able to make the rollers go on the inside of them. Yeah, Andrew, so there are, as of right now, there are, I believe, 5 closest to the pin spots on site for the tournament. Now, I do have a feeling we're going to lose more players as we get closer with COVID. Now, I know myself, I'm not going near I'm staying the fuck away from everybody before we go. I will happily get COVID while I'm there, but I'm not missing that for anything. I need a legacy building win. Wow, Gino. You're an admin on the word of mouth page and you're just now subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm very disappointed. Okay, I play this differently than most because I don't want the elevation change coming in. I want to have the elevation be, I want it to be as level as possible with the pin on that right side. Oh, God, I got a bad kick. Okay. Wow, normally that bounces left there, but it's okay. We got an outwind. We got a cut 6. Fuck, I'm going to bite it. I'm being a pussy, but. Yeah, I'm a pussy. Oh, but that's fine though. Well, my money is going to be on the Rams, but it's going to be the Rams versus the Chiefs. Gino, I think it's already happened. Their master rule says that. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Taylor. No, yeah, Luke, I probably say no. But Gavin, you got vaccinated too, didn't you? I don't care. I don't want to talk about COVID during this. But yes, we will be. I mean, when we were there last Super Bowl, masks were in effect. I think we will know. Evan, but you're a fucked up dude, man. You're not the normal guy. That's all there is to it. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, wow, that is terrible. The underdogs, all hail the new kings. Whew. Begin, I said, hey. Yeah, I'm just kind of legging these up there now. I'll take a clean one here. This is my least favorite setup. Oh. Wow. EGATs. Oh. I chip badly. If I was Brian Bernhardt, you could say that, but I'm not. All right, so that's just clean, pretty easy, pretty much down the road. Let's take a look at Pine right now. I'm probably calling this a little bit, or right at 10, maybe a game or two after that. A little short 2 hours, but I want to enjoy my Friday with the wife. Oh, that is just pretty. That is pretty! God, Billy Donovan has a great system, dude. All right, where is this Pine? And only this seems clear. I need to move. I need to fight. I need to lose myself tonight. All right, so real simple. Hole 1, 380. Pins there. I can get this up there. Now, this one, you see some people play a 3-driver bag here. Look, I don't find the 8.5 to be very useful. Everybody's like, but 18 can be there. Okay, the problem with that is the shots that you're going to hit on 18 with the 8.5 will never stay on the green. It will always be at the bottom. If you don't have a straight uphill chip for the chush, and let's say you got a pin back there at the top, well, if you try to make it and you miss, you go over the edge and you're taking an extra 2 strokes to get out. I'd rather take my chances at holding out from the fairway. Okay, outwind. We're at the box on the right. I like this box better. I'm just going to go 2 turns, move it all the way back. I'm going to roll it. It's a full A, and you got to get it out some, but it's not all the way to 1. this hole's a simple math hole. This is why I carry the 9.5 and not the 8.5. It will always get on with the 8.5. Oh, dogs and wife are good, Andrew. They're here. Oh. God, Garoppolo is just beautiful. I'd fuck him. I would marry Stafford and kill Brady. I respect what he does, and I actually don't dislike him. I'm just sick of him winning. I was actually hoping that hit a branch. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. That was not how I pulled that back. You're a dick. All right, I don't like doing this, but I'm worried that I'm going to go right into the... Nope, I got it on enough. Into that fucking cart, that stupid little lawnmower. Yeah. So I wish we had a better look here that made this harder. But 90% of the time on this is the shot. Backspin, high T, 10.5. And wow, did I nut that. That's okay, though. I'm fine. Yeah, there were two things that were bad. The ball deflation, that was bad, right? That was bad. And the videotaping the other team in their walkthroughs, that was also bad. The walkthrough videotaping wasn't Brady. That was Belichick. So I'll call him the cheater in that regards. And Barry. Yeah, I didn't want to get it out. I wasn't expecting it to read, but... apparently, after the cleaning and the bearing change, everything's reading out very far. But yeah, with the 10.5, the 10.5 will cut a little better than the rest. The deflation stuff, and it is sheerly a numbers game. And people are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Dude, the numbers are astronomical when a ball's deflated, how much harder it is to fumble. And it was clearly coordinated to do it when they're running the ball. Oh, and there's nobody that should argue that he's not. He is absolutely the greatest fucking football player, greatest quarterback we've ever seen. Hi, Robert. You loving the weather today, or did you leave for Florida yet? What course was that, Mike? Was that you? Oh. And I gotta say, guys, when Gomez was saying a high 8-iron clears it, the high 8-iron is perfect. All right, this is an interesting hole. I used to try to knock it up past the bunker every time. No, I leave it back now. Just keep it to the left of the first set of trees, and you'll clear it with a 4-wood, 5-wood, or 6-wood. So I got a 5-wood in backspin here right now. The only one... Oh, so good. You get to keep with me here. We were minus 12 this afternoon. That's crazy. The only quarterback that I even can put even close to the Brady level, and everybody's like, Manning. No, not at all. It's Drew Brees is the next best quarterback I've ever seen. 100% Drew Brees. Manning was great in his own right. Please don't take that as an insult to him. No, we don't have any snow right now, Robert. Okay, this is easy. So let's use our math, right? How far is the pin from the front of the green? Well, since I've had a 75-foot putt on this hole, let's just assume it's 20 yards. 20 yards off of that gets me to the edge of the water. Okay, cool. That's at 355. Well, my high T 10.5, that carries 350. But I got 5 miles per hour out. So, and I'm basically equating every miles per hour. Adam, that's stupid talk, dude. No offense, but that's not... It's not even a viable answer, and So here, high T 10.5. We'll land 350 with no outwind, but we'll add 2 yards for every mile per hour wind. So we're at a 5.5. So we can hit it 11 yards farther. We're gonna hit this 360 on a fly. We gotta land it. We're fine. This is gonna be close all day. I didn't see where it landed, but I think I was pretty close. I'm watching them right now. We're down by 6 right now, Andrew. Oh, Vucevic putting it on Giannis, dude. Woo! All right, we're down by 4. Then we just gave up a fucking gimme layup to Pat Connaughton. Yeah, so that I just wanted to see what my carry distance was there. Uh-oh. We hit something. I didn't see if it was a 3 or a 2. Just a 2. Take it in, but don't look down. I'm putting my deuce in the dirt. Playing with this than a child. I'm on top of the world. Yeah, I don't even put Rodgers in the top 5. All right, this hole. See where the fairway comes in, right where I'm looking right now. If my 10.5, if the marker is there, if it's there or farther, I go from here, I move it right, and I bang a C3, right? Yeah, so we're pretty accurate with it because I had a little cut. I only hit it 143 offset, so I think I laid off at a mile per hour. So that's about right. So we can equate with that every 1 mile per hour true wind. So half of this is worth 2 yards on outs. I haven't really paid attention to ins. But since I can't, look, the C3 bobbing this from here is a way better approach than the other two. Oh, shit. I haven't decided, but I know where I'm going up north. Might go to London. Well, I hopefully have to go to London for work. And then we haven't decided what we're doing. We go somewhere in Europe for New Year's, or trying to do it every year. We haven't gotten to do it last year. But so I'll probably be thinking, I think we might go to Prague for New Year's, but we haven't decided yet. Yeah, I see it, dude. Breaking my back just to know your name. Work. I don't know what you're implying. I don't know what you're implying. I don't have a job yet. It should be coming. We've had to postpone like all of the finalization of everything with COVID stuff. Bring it back down tonight. Yeah, so we're trying to do... Oh, total... I can't bring that up even. So this is where people would say, okay, look, if it's not the 10.5, I'm probably not going for this. And right here, I'm not going for it either. Because really all I'm going to do is leave a chip coming back up that I can't shush with that wind. And I think that we got a good chance to make those a lot of time. Yeah, the high 8 over everything. You don't even need super spin. The high 8 will get backspin anyway. I can't put Dan Marino. You got to win a Super Bowl to be the best quarterback. You have to. I know it's a team game, but quarterback is too important. That if you build a semi-decent team, you can go pretty far. I mean, to be quite honest with you, most of these teams are very equal, and it's just quarterbacks making the difference. All right, let's see what we got now. Basically going back into sales, but there was something I was hoping to do for Golden Tee. But I worked for GoDaddy and Microsoft my last 2 jobs, Robert. What do we got? We got a lot of tropicals, so I might as well, let's play this show us one. Let's see how we can do here. Not even in the top 3, Adam. You give him you take all the talent on that team away. He could change, it could change me. But I don't think he has the intelligence. I don't think he's as smart as any of these other people we've mentioned. My biggest... I didn't get that. I got that too far right. I don't think I can make this now. So now it's got to get higher in the air. So I'm going to backspin an 8.5 and see how this works. I got it over, but I totally did not hit a good shush there. God, I haven't made a shush yet tonight. 301, pin in the middle. We can do the high T5 here if we want. Let's hit the... Yeah, actually, I like the high T5 here a lot. You see how close that got from the optimum distance? If we were a little bit closer... Yeah, dude, no. I was... If they did not fire... We're going to end up taking... We're going to get the coach from Miami, Robert. And I think it's the right play. I think we hire Flores. I wish they would have done it already, because somebody's going to pay him more now, and we're going to end up not getting him. But he should be our coach. Yeah, Pace should have been gone. And I don't necessarily think that drafting Trubisky was a bad thing, but I think we're already seeing that having him being having a coach like fucking Nagy just made him not ever reach potential. Something to is wrapped around you. Way. Yeah, if they didn't fire Nagy this year, I was probably done being a Bears fan. But I honestly, though, if they kept Pace, they were talking about promoting Pace to head of football operations, and I don't mind him being part of the draft. He was really good after first round. He just never hit on a first round pick. I mean, he was really bad at first-round picks. But Nagy lost me after saying that Jordan Howard couldn't fit on his team, and that's why they traded him. That bothered the shit out of me, dude. Jordan Howard was a phenomenal running back for us. And he still got juice, too, because he actually looked pretty spry in the games that he played for Philly this year. But saying that a 1,000-yard rusher with 10 touchdowns does not fit your scheme, fuck him, dude. Your scheme is wrong then. I mean, he got so lucky not to get pounded by Bears fans because, quite frankly, the average football watching public is stupid, and everybody blamed Cody Parkey. Oh, Parkey hit the uprights. Oh, the double doink. Yeah, guess what, dude? Your coach should never have left him a fucking 48-yard field goal in a playoff game when you had timeouts left and had plenty of ideas. I think he'll be fine. I liked his attitude, and I like the fact that he called out Nagy and his coaching staff. I mean, that was great in the press conference, telling everybody, like, they were talking about a bad pick that he threw, and he goes, well, yeah, I'm going to throw a bad pick when they tell me there's 12 guys on the field. I'm assuming I can chuck a ball anywhere I want, and it's a penalty. But unfortunately, just like the week before, there weren't 12 guys on the field, and they told me that in the headset. Here it goes. Then I jump out. Okay, this is a worse setup here, but it's actually not bad. Full A, hit it, out to one. We use bite there so it doesn't check back, and it's a gimme. That's a shot you literally, as long as you just hit it, you can't not be on the green. You can't be in the water, put it that way. Her blood is pistol frozen, running down and frozen dreams, rose, la 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 la. I'm of the impression that as long as you're not an idiot and you have a one or two features that can be used, then a quarterback can be fine. Now, we stopped using Trubisky correctly. All right, this is going to be tough. I don't think this is going to turn enough. 1, 2. No, it should. No, I don't think he is. But here's the thing. Lamar Jackson is not the ideal quarterback. But he has a really good head coach that fucking adapted a system around him. Rather than a coach that needs a perfect guy to fit his system perfectly. And that's why Nagy is our coach anymore. That was stupid. I was greedy, but I might be able to save this. I might be able to take a stroke limit now. I don't understand that with my chips lately. But I think he can do fine. But if for some reason Nagy had a penchant for not allowing non-pocket passers to go and run. Trubisky looked great his first year going to the playoffs and scrambling and getting out of the pocket. And after that, we never saw it again. I don't understand it. See, I messed up my tee on that, so I had to lay off with a drive. I almost went with the 8.5 with no high tee after I did that, but I was worried that I was going to clip the trees. Please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. We're going to be very bad next year, though, too, Robert. There's nothing... We're not going to be able to keep... We're not going to be able to... my dream head coach this year would have been getting Mike Tomlin. I don't think... I thought that if he didn't make the playoffs, he might have left with Ben. No, we'll take a look at it. I'll see if I have time after this. I don't know if I will, but... One, you're everything beautiful. Goddamn. Well, I mean, we had a ton. Our defense still is very talented. I think we'll lose Hicks. I think he's gone. I mean, I think we get to franchise Allen Robinson again, I think, too, right? Oh! And we'll just do it. We'll do a couple clubs. Like we'll look at like a 5-iron today. Oh, I knew you when I was young. Yeah, he ain't coming, dude. And actually, he's kind of a douche. I don't like pay. He gives you instant credibility. That's key. I honestly, I would cream if we pulled Levy back. Wow, I bogeyed a par 3, huh? And I shot a 29. That's a little weird. I didn't realize I did that. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go into casual. We'll take a look at some trajectories, and we'll show the difference. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to make a spreadsheet. Caldwell wouldn't be terrible. Let's go here. Okay, how do I want to do this? Let's think of this. Let's think of the best way to make. I'm trying to think of a best way to chart this. I mean, should I do columns with chart club? I tell you what. Hang on, I'm making a workbook here. Okay, so we got no T, high T, low T. No, we don't want that. We want that. And high T. I think I'm going 2 here, right? 2 crazy here. Backspin. We got... it's okay, Robert. It seems like we get into football talk a lot, and good thing it's still going on right now. Backspin, low T. High G, low G. G, high G, okay, so let me grab this link for you. All right, I need your guys' help if I'm doing this. So here, there's a link to an Excel. And I just put in fields right now for this one. I just want to get the heights on different clubs. And we're going to do it on casual. And this is going to be theoretical maxes. We're never really going to hit these because this is going to be with the chord pull. So we'll go casual. All we're curious for here is the height of these shots. And we'll chart it off. I mean, we only need to do one or two guys real quick. It doesn't really matter. And this is a terrible course to choose. Because it's gonna, I don't know if the height changes. No, it should be from the tee box, but I don't know if it'll be. So if somebody wants to do the editing while I'm doing this, that would be great. Oh, whoops. All right, so we're going casual. I'm going to go 18 holes. And what's a good boring-ass straight shot? No. I don't remember. This will work. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm really just worried about heights. Okay, so we're going to get these down. If you guys want to just type, keep an eye on the height. I won't make it every time. I won't find it every time. So this is going to be the standard 9.5 driver first. All right, so we'll do normal tee, no spin. 98 for 9.5 driver. What was it? 89, did I say? Somebody just see the height and put it in there. And actually, I want to see if it changes from different if you're in the fairway. Okay, good. Thanks, Eric. If somebody wants to, I shared a link. Jump in there. You guys can edit if you want, so I don't have to stop and look. I kind of want to see if it changes when we do it from the fairway. Because we can actually go real quick then. Oh, no, we don't want spin. Okay. Whoop. It's really similar, but it is different. So we're going to... Ah, shit. Now I got to restart because I can't... I can't mulligan now. I mean, I can't mulligan back to the tee to keep it equal. Yeah, I saw that one. But we're going to do it straight off the tee. So we're going to say off the tee for all of these. This is going to be off the tee as standard. The fuck? And Mayfield wouldn't be good art because I'd be getting to the green or over the green. But it really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. We'll just keep it on the same course so we can get a good comparison. So we got it with no T. Let's go with a high T here. Oh, no spin. All right, high T. All right, 120. Okay, so now we've got high T. Let's do low T. $71. All right, now this is backspin no T. It says the same, but that isn't right. So, guys, there's no sense in even looking at the height meter. There really isn't. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, it was 89 to 98. My bad, my bad. No, 98. Wait a minute. Now I want to see this again. That's not, I can tell you right now that this isn't correct then. That meter is not right. Absolutely incorrect then. Because I can prove it. I can prove it on we all know, we've seen it go change heights with spin before. Let's see if it matters with the T. That's so weird because that shows that it's the same height, but we know for a fact that it is not. I want to try doing a backspin again here and make sure I just didn't screw it up. Oh, that's high T. That's fine. Stops at 98. But see, that hit 98, it was still going up. So it's almost like it only reads 98. All right, let's do backspin high T because we got a high T at 120. Let's look what it looks like with backspin high T. And I'm also curious if balls matter. No, see, that gives the same height. That's goofy. That doesn't make sense. Now let's try it with... I want to put stouts on just in case. Ah, of course I got to plug it back in. See that? So now I'm going to have to just say, fuck this meter. Really, screw the meter. That thing isn't right. It is absolutely incorrect, the heights. Now, let's go backspin. I didn't write down. Okay. We got backspin medium T this time. Let's see what the height is with stouts. And I forgot to unplug the cord, so we got to redo that. But that's interesting, though, that the ball changed the height. All right, backspin medium with stouts. It added 4 yards of height. Yeah, well, it should, but now it's showing that balls changed the height. So stouts added 4 feet of height. That doesn't make sense, but we'll go with it. Let's go with... Let's go with roll. To be honest, dude, yeah, did we do a high back? Well, you would think it would be, right? Yeah, we'll take a look at all those. What do I want to check here next? So that went the same. That went 102 with no T, right? $102. Let's look at high T. Yeah, in theory, we should be hitting... High T backspin? No, I'm fucking this up. I need to do this on my own. Let's just see how much higher it is with stouts. Oh, well, it's not changing the height. So it's not changing the height at all with backspin or roll. But I can absolutely promise you... But the backspin and no backspin is still giving us the same height, though. That's the funny thing. See, watch. If we do high T with no backspin here, it's going to say that 125 again, right? Yeah. But it said that and stopped going up before it reached the apex of the ball. I have no idea why it's doing that. That ball is still going up when it does that. Now, is it that is it... Is it that it hits that max height and holds it there longer? And that's going to be really hard to test. I'm going to need king. We're going to come up with something. All right, I'm going to kill this idea for now. Because, so, I think somebody did this once before. And that... Yeah, true, it is. And I'm telling you, reality-wise... And there's not a soul, not a good player in the world that will tell you that hitting roll on a shot does not go does not go higher than back. What does it do with a roll shot? You know what? It doesn't matter if I pull the cord. No, it does go lower with roll there. Okay, see, that time roll changed it, though. Wait a minute. Roll definitely went down. But that when it went down with roll, with stouts. So is it the balls that make it change height with spin? We gotta test this. We gotta see. I can't... This is kind of flying in the face of a lot of things right now. Okay, so medium T. We got a high T backspin with this club going 125. Oh, no, that's just high T. Let's see what high T backspin does. No, that's not... So if backspin didn't make it go higher with a high T, well, then roll shouldn't go any lower, right? No, okay, so we're right. That's fine. So, but it didn't change without stouts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to dig into this. But you saw there, roll on the same shot went pretty lower, pretty far lower. I didn't remember to see what that number was, but I'm sure somebody could tell me what it was. So, okay, so now just backspin with stouts should go 98 as well, right? Or I mean, it should go 102. Based off of what it did with stock. Let's see what it does, though. No, it went 4 feet higher. No, it went 102. What the fuck? Okay, so why when we high T something, when we high T this, high T backspin with this, that tells us it was, high T backspin should be the same as high T no spin at 125, right? Okay, well, high T backspin is 125. But high T roll is lower. It's 116. Okay, how about no T? Let's do a high no spin and see how high this goes. 125, right? All right. So by what we're seeing here, backspin and no spin go the same heights. But roll goes lower by a bunch. How about release? All right, this is piss. My general consensus right now is that height meter is fucking not right at all, and we should not even look at it. It was added remember, it was recently added, so no one's ever really gone into it that much. But that isn't right. What we're seeing is not what that meter's reading. Yeah, release did what roll did. All right. I'm just curious. At 100, it went 84. Okay, so maybe this is it. Maybe at the max, it doesn't change anything. This isn't making any sense, dude. No. Caesar, no, we are not. We are going to go with real world applications rather than a number we have no idea that's coming up with a calculation. It's not right, and I kind of think we verified it just now. Yeah, that's what it seems like, but in theory, Scuba, when we're doing it, in reality, that isn't correct. That's the funny thing. It's just not correct. And what I think we're seeing is that it's maxing out at a certain height with a club, with your balls. I think it's just maxing it out. It's not taking into effect. The only other thing I can see being true with this is that your backspin on a high tee hits 125 and holds at that level for longer, which would make sense aerodynamically. But that doesn't... Oh, yeah, curves, cuts, we already know cuts lower the height. Absolutely. At thumb shots, we can see just by that they absolutely lower the height. A no pullback shot, that is. But we can test that a little better by maxing out the no pullback. That's a maxed out no pullback, and that's 93. And a 9.5 driver 300 is 98. So the pullback adds 5 feet of height, we can kind of assume. Let's test and see with... And this is probably going to change per club. Let's try a high T, no pullback. 114 compared to 120 with the high T. But in real world application, though, in playing the game, backspin goes higher than no spin. Absolutely goes higher than no spin. 100% without a doubt does. There's multiple holes you can prove it. But I gotta come up with a better way to record this, a better graphing type thing. I guess this is working out right now, though. Actually, this will be fine. But I'm gonna make a better chart and start charting them. I don't want to sit here and do all of them right now. And in fact, it's past 10. Let's get one more game in, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see what we got available. Let's let you guys pick one last course before we end the evening. Okay, now here's the other thing, too. So what about it short of the max? Because it seems like there's a cap in the height. It really does. Or on the height meter. Now we have to find an object that we can clear with backspin that we hit, and then not clear with no spin, because in theory those two are the same heights it's showing. So yeah, no, it'd be there. It's not I mean, two people aren't going to make this go any better. The only other thing I'd want to do, and King will be better at this, take a clip, like, see when the height meters, see how long it's at the height player. Yeah, but remember, we're doing this at theoretical maxes because we're hitting a dead straight shot at the max speed it can go. And really, that's never going to happen in real world. Like, it won't. You just can't do it. You can't hit a dead straight shot. You just can't. All right, let's go. Let's find one game to play. What do we got? Actually, I think we found it right here. I think we play Tahiti. We don't play this a lot. My soul, you are meant to meet. Jerry, it's got to be on my board, man. I got to have it. If you want to send an invite, I'll play that as well. But I like Moose Landing a lot. I like that course a bunch, actually. My first World Championships in 08. To make it, that course almost cost me. I think I was 2 strokes ahead of the field going into it. So all I needed to do was shoot a 26 on Moose. And if you know Moose, par is always 28. So I'm on 27 pace going into 18. I'm 25 going into 18. So I'm thinking all I need is a 26. I got up everybody by points. I would need to have like 5 people shoot better than 2 betters or 3 betters. I was like, okay, I'm in. I managed to put it into the bunker in front of the hole on 18. I chipped into the wall one time and it stayed in the bunker. I'm like, okay, this time I'm just going to get out. Chipped into the wall again. And now I'm at par on it. And I end up holing out the 3rd chip for bogey. And I made it by a stroke. If I missed that 3rd chip, I wouldn't have made it. All right, the testing heights loses a bunch of people, so I'm going to try to keep more of the analytical stuff like that off the... Oh, I got you. I'll have to find one. But it now makes me think that there's probably a max height that it will give for each club and ball set. I'm 100% saying that's not accurate though. I have to say that's not right. And this is just through experience of playing a lot of games. Like, if the one I can think of is Coconut Beach, the pyramid hole where you go through it. But after thinking about it, I mean, I'm always... I'm probably calling this the last game, Aiden. I want to have a weekend. The wife and I like to hang out. And honestly, Ozarks came out today, so I think that's going to be our play for the day. But we're still on Dexter for the original one. Oh, shit. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, but that one I've already proved it in the past that But how can we prove it? Bye, Aiden. Hey, text me when you start it. We can start it at the same time. And then we can talk about it the whole time. I'll crack the wine. You can drink it. You're good. We'll have like a remote watch party, man. Woo! Oh my God. Nothing there, nothing left. Jumping pie. Now, see, you get worried. That's the shot I try not to do. Home is wherever I'm with you. Home, let me go home. It is nice having the 4-iron in the bag. Take me home. Ah, shit. I went to spin it and I took it off. Why? Why am I pulling? I'm fucking trying to go the other way with it. I guess gotta change where I'm standing. Fuck! Forget to hit a button, lose $30. Falls, alleyways, and payphone call. Everywhere with you. You may have died, then put it on the summer night. Okay, that's the shot. I remember it now. You're right, Polly. Very bad. Very bad. Fuck you. I'm going to see you in a few weeks, so eat shit. You're not going to pass out on the floor again this time, are you? That putt was actually pretty good. I got to give myself credit on that one. I'll tap myself on the back. Oh, gee. Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. That was a weak-ass shot. Home. Home is where... All right, let's see what we got. 18's fun sometimes. Ah, it hit the underneath. That's a hot way to end the night, guys. All right, so it's Friday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Word of mouth is going to be done for the night. We took a really good look at Tropical. I think on Monday we'll make sure to go through Pine. Or actually, I really got to get walkthroughs done. When Richard gets some time, we'll reset up the Telestrator. You got to finagle it a bit. Tony, it's when you don't care. This stuff when you're just really kind of tired and you don't want to play anymore. Sometimes shit just goes and you're like, oh, well, that's the night. That's the night. But we'll see you guys all later. Remember, if you're in a tournament, get the games done that you have an invite for right now. Accept and play it right away. Because on Monday, all these invites are going to get canceled out. So we're going to have to redo them. So please take a shot at it. Love you all. Good night.